three types of feedback. First is the positive feedback, which pertains to the things that we are doing right. For example, if you're doing a presentation, is that your use of purposeful gestures was just right in delivering your presentation. Next would be is the corrective feedback, which pertains to what things that we need to focus and improve on. An example of this, still while doing a presentation, is I noticed that you were putting your hand on your pocket all the time during the delivery of your presentation. And the last one would be negative feedback, which pertains to the things that we are doing wrong. For example, is you did not cite or acknowledge the proper sources or references on the contents of your slide presentation. So you may wonder, what is the difference between corrective and negative feedback? Well, corrective feedback pertains more on the aspects of the behavior of the presenter in terms of the delivery, while the negative feedback is more focused on the contents of what the presenter is presenting.
Now, at this point, why do you think that feedback is very important? I'll give you 1 minute to think about it. So your 1 minute is up. So here are the three major things on why feedback is so important. First, the participating parties on the feedback are able to check and validate their assumptions, meaning they won't guess or they won't think at the back of their minds, but rather during the feedback process, they were able to clarify their assumptions on both the giving and the receiving end. Next is failing to give feedback sends a non-verbal communication in itself that can lead to mixed messages and false assessment. So not giving feedback would mean that anything goes, or the giver as well as the receiver wouldn't know that there is something wrong within a certain situation. And the third, if the feedback process is handled properly, it can be rewarding for everyone involved, meaning there's a win-win situation. Clear communication, respect, and most importantly, positive outcomes will come out once there is an effective feedback within the parties. That's why feedback is very important. Now that I've shared to you the importance of feedback, let us now determine what is the definition of a feedback. Here are the three main definitions of a feedback. First, it is a process, meaning it is an interaction between two people that goes on a certain process wherein there's an output of an action that is returned. That is why it is called feedback or feedback, to modify the next action or behavior of a certain individual. Next, it is a dialogue between two people or a group of people which reflects back how another person sees someone else's behavior or performance. And last but not the least, feedback occurs when an environment reacts to an action or behavior. So now that we know all about this, just to summarize, we've discussed the importance of feedback, what is the definition of the feedback, the three types of feedback, positive, corrective, and negative.